Welcome back to Let's Talk Racism. I'm your host, Harrison Paul, and today we are going to talk about a situation that's taking place in Ireland domestically at the moment. It is a situation that makes me very upset, a situation that has me feeling very emotional in many ways. We have a young brother. He goes by the name of Bangs NYC. Very vibrant young man, harmless, loving, and just wanting to have fun and wanting to follow his dreams, wanting to be, I don't know, a form of a journalist or a YouTuber, but just being expressive. One of my recent YouTube videos, I discuss how, even just being yourself within Ireland sometimes can be so suffocating because there's such a small town mentality a lot of times where I believe even the Irish themselves suffer because if they want to dream and believe and be something that's outside the box, you're quickly judged and deemed a weirdo. But it's just unfortunate that at this very time, there has been a far-right movement that has been taking place within the country. And now this young boy who's 17 years old becomes, I guess, the focal point for these white supremacists. I've actually been calling them far right, and I think far right is something where I guess we're rebranding it. Follow me as I say this. I think we should call them white supremacists. It's important we call them white supremacists because it's important that we make them understand that nothing has changed from back in the day. Once people begin to understand that we are still with the same issue that's been back in the day, I think we begin to understand that urgency is something we can no longer procrastinate. We can no longer look at these situations as though it's only a few idiots, all as though it's not really a big of a deal. It's a small minority. Like I said, I've been watching this far-right movement going on Twitter. I've been following all the far-right people because I want to stay up to date with what's happening. And fortunate for me, staying up to date has enabled me to come to the aid of a young black boy. So basically the story is a young black boy who was doing YouTube videos, pranks, no one got hurt, nothing crazy, pranks that involved a little bit of whipped cream. I might put them on the screen for you guys to see, pranks that involved jokes and games. And then he would do quizzes, asking people on the street quizzes. It came to my attention when some of the far right people were saying there's this 30-year-old man who's now questioning little girls, which I thought was quite crazy that he was now being seen as a 30-year-old. But it's typical jokes that we understand that we get from, racists where, a young black boy who is built with a great stature, as we Africans are, jealousy comes in and now you are pinning a young boy and turning a young boy into an adult when he is not even past the age of 18 yet. So should he be ashamed or embarrassed for having a great stature? This is the type of stuff that you find yourself in as an African boy, wanting to shrink your own self, shrink your self-esteem, shrink what God created you as in order to make other people comfortable. I found myself doing this in Ireland a lot growing up, and it's unfortunate that, and I'm going to make sure that a young black boy in today's age will not be going through the same thing. We're going to have him on the show today, and we're going to speak to him. But first, I want to continue and let you guys know what happened. So basically, he was doing pranks, and he would be doing pranks on young people who were his age. And then it got used by these Twitter white supremacists as look at the far right, look at what diversity is bringing to our country. Look at this 30-year-old apparently who's harassing young girls and now pinning him and painting him as a pedophile. This also reminds me of this other guy called Keen McDonald, something like that, who's also been harassing people. My point I want to say before I get our brother on the show today is that for anybody who thinks that this is something we should just not think too deeply on, I think it's so selfish. Because here we have a young boy, and I watched his video today, and I might even play it for you right now. He went from being so confident and enjoying his life to being absolutely terrified and you've just sucked the life out of a young boy. I'm going to play his video of something he was doing in a shop and asking people questions and what he is now. Take a look at this.
Today I'm here with
Reese.
So won't you raise your wrist out of 1 out of 10?
10.
Listen, would you go up to someone and do it, yeah?
Yeah, I will.
I see nothing.
Excuse me. Are you Google? Because you have everything I'm looking for. Can I get your number, please? I guess it got rejected.
So that's just funny to get. And now that one of the first comments that were on that was saying he's a big man, all this kind of stuff. Terrible. Now watch the video after the fact. Watch this. Actually, I'll play one more of him at the store and asking this elderly man just a few questions.
Today I'm here with
Leonard.
Leonard. So what's the best thing you accomplished in life?
Good heavens. Close relationships.
Relationships? That's good. I mean, name me 5 countries in Africa.
Good heavens. Uganda, Nigeria, Egypt, Gold Coast, gosh, South Africa, former Rhodesia.
Yeah. One more.
Oh,
boring!
Geography's not my thing.
Thank you very much.
No, you're very welcome. Take care. Best of luck with it. Oh, sorry. Here you go.
That's good.
Right. And then we'll go to the last one. Sorry about that loud noise there. And we go to the last one. So now this is him after the fact, and this is him now once he has been completely belittled, and this is his livelihood. Check this out.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I've recently received a message saying that I'm bullying and harassing kids. Now, first of all, I want to get one thing straight. I'm not bullying no one. Everyone who I've encountered is my age. I'm 17 years of age. There's this man on Twitter right here saying that I'm 30 years old. Well, I'm not saying I'm 30, but he's saying I'm adult, I'm harassing, bullying people. Firstly, that video I posted was prank, right? But there are people my age, they're my classmates, right? And I did that last year, and you're only bringing it up now, right? And you're saying I'm harassing people. Firstly, I'm not an adult, I'm still a kid, I'm still in school. So please stop lying on my name saying I'm harassing kids, because I'm perfectly not harassing kids. I'm just here for entertainment. I'm just trying to entertain people that watch my videos, that like me. I'm still a kid. And please stop lying on me, because I'm receiving threats saying that people are trying to kill me, people are after me. I'm receiving so many threats saying that, oh, I'm done, they're going to split my head. Saying that to a 17-year-old. I'm 17 right now, and you're saying that you're going to split my head. Like, Jesus, I'm just trying to entertain people. I'm just, like, that video I pranked, that was last year. Last year, I was only 16, 15 at the time. And you're bringing up the video saying I'm adult, I'm harassing kids, and bullying people. Please get your...
How unfortunate is that, brothers and sisters? How unfortunate is this? I'm calling on any black movement in Ireland to cause a real uproar for this. I believe we failed in regards to the black girl with the medal. It takes for a situation to get outside the country in order to come back in. And I know African Americans will be making a big deal out of this right now. Every black movement within America, would be fighting for Africans right now. So I think we need to show ourselves to be people who are proactive and not just people who love to make posts, as though we are proud to be black or we have any sort of self-determination. A young man here is afraid for his life, and we need to take action. So I'm going to have my brother right now on the phone call, and we're going to speak to him and see what he's been going through. Hello, Benga.
Hello, yeah?
How are you, brother?
I'm good, you?
I'm good, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. I just wanted to kind of have you on today so we could discuss what you've been going through. The unfortunate thing that we have in Ireland is that we have a lot of people who want to take lightly the situations that are happening to black people. We want to just kind of write it off as just, a few idiots and nobody who can really harm your life. But there's a serious movement going on in Ireland right now, and I just really wanted people to be able to take it seriously and understand the magnitude of it. You're a young man. You're only 17 years old.
Yeah.
Right. And were born and raised in Limerick?
No, I was born and raised. I was born in Limerick, but I was raised in Ennis.
Oh, right. And okay. And so basically you would see yourself as an Irish person, right?
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, we as we see it, there's a lot of I guess migrant wars happening where they're trying to denounce African people as being Irish. But we're not going to worry too much about that today. Because that we can discuss that on another day. But I wanted to ask you, when did all this start? Can you open up to me and let me know when all this started?
Well, so this basically all started yesterday, right? So
Right.
there was a video posted about me saying that oh, I was doing pranks and stuff. Like there was a video about, I don't know if you know this guy named Moon the Kid. Do you know him?
I'm not quite sure on him.
But anyway, I basically posted a video of him on my Snapchat story
Right.
of him. He was pranking these uh how am I gonna explain it? Like white people inside the
Right.
shop,
Yeah.
right?
No. Yeah. We can say that. Yeah.
And I think he took it too far. And then people started to hate on me and him because I'm the one who posted it.
And he's an African brother, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And then they started to catch up on my stuff. They started to like do some research on me. And they found my YouTube channel.
Right.
And after that, they found like the pranks I did 2 years ago.
Right.
And they started using videos that I did as like some harassing and bullying people,
Right.
which the people who I did it to, I know all of them very well because I went to school with them and I just know them because like I used to do rugby with them and stuff. So I don't know why they're posting me saying I'm harassing and bullying kids
Mhm.
and trying up to young girls because they come up to me begging me for interviews and stuff.
Right. Of
And
course.
yeah. And when the video was posted, I was actually 15 at the time. Around 15, yeah.
Right.
And since that video posted about the African brother Moon, they started to get back at me and they just started like commenting really bad about me and all that. So
Mm. Right, brother. Well, as you know, there is a white supremacist movement happening right now in Ireland that is disguising itself as trying to keep the Irish natives safe. That is what it's disguising itself right now. So it's going to criminalize, as it's always done, but again, more so today, it's criminalizing young boys like you. I think this is one of the main things I kind of preach about, and why diversity and inclusion is so important, because it does not take anybody who really cares about a black person to be able to look in your eyes and know that you're only a 17-year-old boy, or you would have been 15 in those pictures. And this is the issue when we are stereotyped, right? They look at us and they see a young man, a black boy who's big in stature, but you cannot control the fact that your DNA is African and it makes you big in stature. Your mind is still very much 15 years old. Your mind is very much still playful, and you're having a laugh and you're having a joke. Myself, when I was watching your videos, actually, I did get to a place where I understood that, okay, these young girls are really looking forward to it. And as I looked at the comments, I saw people posting and saying, oh, I saw you doing a video outside of here, or I saw you doing that. So obviously you would have now become a little bit of like a bit of a celebrity where you're from, which is the whole point. When you're becoming successful, you're becoming a joker, you're becoming well known, you're chasing your dreams. I'm very aware of that culture that's actually happening at the moment, of the Riz Masters or all that kind of stuff. And it's just young people having having fun. And it's unfortunate that your fun is not seen as fun because of your skin color, and you're criminalized because of your skin color. A lot of people don't want to take these things seriously, but I want to take them seriously. I want to ask you next. at that point, when you began to find out that it was a more serious matter, was it a bunch of like fake pages began to comment on your stuff, or what was it?
Yeah, a lot of people, like a lot of fake pages on Twitter, they buy the blue tick. I think you're able to buy it now, and so the account seems legit. So that's how we get more views
Right,
because they bought the blue tick. And what they basically did was they went to grab like all my prank videos and they
right,
went to go post it on Twitter saying I'm harassing and bullying kids. And
right.
s- and and listen, they're accusing me of being 30 years old, saying I'm an adult.
I can see in your eyes, bro. That's why I said it's people often now are not understanding the importance of what we do in diversity and inclusion. This is why I always promote for Black people to be in roles of position, roles in power, because unfortunately, the fact that they've created a narrative about us, they see a young boy of your stature, and they don't want to invest to actually look at your face and see that it's clear to see you're a 15-year-old boy. So it's unfortunate. I wanted to ask, how did this begin to make you feel? Would you get scared, or what did you begin to feel as you're seeing, this swarm of accounts messaging you and commenting?
Well, at the start, I felt really confused, and then I just started to worry. Then I just started to feel exhausted. Then I just started to get really upset
And this
and
is all
scared.
this is all in the space of like how long?
Just a day.
A day. So it's been a crazy day. So about this time yesterday,
Yeah.
right? And this is really what I man, this has me very passionate, man. So you said that there were people who, what, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of death threats have you gotten? Like, what kind of way did you feel? Is there anybody that you were like familiar with? That was kind of like, I know you, I see you, I'm gonna get you. Or what kind of way was this?
Well, actually, a lot of people were messaging me on my TikTok, first of all, and I had to remove my message requests on TikTok because a lot of people were messaging me
Right.
saying, "Oh yeah, if they see me in town or if they see me anywhere, that they're gonna split my head open and they're gonna kill me and all that shit." And there's like a bounty in my head for like 10K and stuff.
Can you, man? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? You're 17 years old. People are telling you this kind of stuff, and now it's only a day, man. They've now affected how you will live your life tomorrow, the confidence in which you will go out, the confidence in which you will have fun. These girls were all your age. You knew them from your school. It's unfortunate when people with their sick minds cannot see innocence when it's happening. And they're thinking of you being a predator, or they're thinking of you, they're sexualizing you as a young child. But really, you're just having a giggle and having a laugh. It's clear. This is so unfortunate. And, my next thing that I want to say is, um, in terms of people who are supporting you right now, we're going to try and call upon every Black movement and make a bigger deal out of it. I think this is something that we need to alert even politicians about, because I think people need to understand that young boys like you and your lives are now being affected. It is not right that you now have to think, okay, listen, I won't be in any form of danger if I don't express myself. This was just you expressing yourself. And I think that's such an unfortunate situation. Have you have any positive in terms of not just, empty support, but people who are kind of like assuring you that they're going to protect you?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And are these from African people, or what kind of messages are these?
Well, there's just telling me like, oh, like you just trying to help me and stuff. Well, so I'll be sorry. They're just messaging me saying that I should keep my head up, that like all these accounts are all fake, that I shouldn't let this get to my head because they really love my content and stuff. Just like from hundreds and hundreds of people from Snapchat
Wonderful.
and
Wonderful.
the Black community, a lot of them have been getting back to me. They've been
Wonderful.
calling me,
Wonderful. Is that your
texting
mother?
me. Yeah, she was just,
Do you mind if I greet her and say, how are you, mom?
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's
No,
fine.
I thought she was there. I just wanted to greet her and let her know that we're looking out for you.
Okay.
and we want to
Well,
make sure. And I'm sorry that she's had to go through probably a very frightening few hours, and I'm sorry that she's had to go through that.
Hello.
How are you, mom?
Hi. I'm good. Thank you.
How are you? I just wanted to let you know that we're looking out for your son. We're going to make
Okay.
sure that your son was not in the wrong. He was having fun. And
Yes.
unfortunately, we have a community right now and a movement that is actually a white supremacist movement. They don't believe that Africans deserve a right to travel the
Yeah.
world and grow and enjoy life. Especially, I'm sure that you're a person who is adding to society. You
Yeah.
are contributing to this community, contributing to the growth of this country. Yet your son now cannot express himself. You know what I mean, without facing such, you know what I mean, such backlash. So I'm really
Yes.
sorry that you've had to go through that.
Thank you.
I hope you guys are okay, and of course, I think the best thing to do would be to get in contact with the police to make sure
Okay.
this, because there's a lot of people who are, I guess, reckless at this time. But at the very same time, I'm just weary because, you know, when I saw your son, I just saw a very confident young man. I grew up in Ireland myself, you know, and when you're growing up as a black boy in Ireland, as a dark skinned boy, you need that confidence. You need
Yeah.
that you definitely need that confidence, and it will be an actually a tragedy alone if he is robbed of his confidence merely because he's going to be imprisoned by fear. And I think that's something that upset me the most, thinking that this boy now will probably not move forward, being experimentative and being fun because he feels like people want to keep him in a box, you know?
Yes.
Right. Thank you so much.
So you want us to go to the police to report
I
the case or
definitely
what?
think I definitely think the best thing to go about it. I'm an activist. I represent Black people in Ireland. I was raised in Ireland, and I
Okay.
actually represent Black people. So I think the best bet to go about it. I understand there's actually a movement at the moment that's not a game. We've always been forced to see these movements as a game, as a joke, but they're actually very serious. And
Yeah.
now we're seeing that because, of course, there are other problems in the world right now, such as cost of living and other things like this. And all of these problems are now being pinned on Black people. And so people's racist views are now actually being, I guess, fueled and validated because of the cost of living, right? So I
Okay.
think it's important. Even in Dublin, there were a few marches that happened just over the last few weeks, you know, and these are marches that are huge, like St. Patrick's Day marches. These are not just one or
Yeah.
two few. These are big marches. One happened in Coolock the other day, and you know, one happened in Dublin. Real big marches of people who are just racist, flat out, straight out racist. And I think that it is important that we alert the police, and even if you can alert any sort of media, because I think it's important people know that we need to take action at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that we always just write off these people, like what was said to your son, as, I know, fake accounts, different stuff like that. But you know, it's all good and well until, you know, your son really now is kind of moving around hesitant, which is in itself a crime. You know what I mean? In
Yeah.
itself, it is a crime. So I just want to make sure that he's safe, and I want to make sure that his confidence is safe as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Alison.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much, mom. Thank you so
I
much. God bless
appreciate
you.
it. All right. Thank you now. Bye
Thank you
now.
so much. God bless you.
hello?
How are you, son?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
No, thank you, man. This is what I do for a living, man. I very vividly remember my life growing up as a young boy, and I know that confidence is something you need, surrounded by Irish people, and sometimes their inability to appreciate people's differences and stuff like that. And I just think it's unfortunate that during this time, you've just been, I guess, used as a pawn for people to express their racist views. So thank you so much for having me on the show, for coming on the show today.
No problem.
Thank you for sharing your piece. Is there anything else you want to share with me?
To be honest, like the people behind these accounts, like how old would you think they would be?
like I said, I've been watching this far right movement for some time now. I've been watching it for in around a couple of months because I'm obviously reporting on everything that's happening in Ireland, and I need to stay in tune with what's going on. These are grown men who have very little significance, grown men who are trying to find significance in their life by, I guess, becoming false heroes and thinking that targeting a 17-year-old African boy will make them a hero, or targeting any foreigner who's come to seek asylum in the country, who's willing to work and willing to build their life, is now a devil and demonizing them. And this is now how they make their, I guess, their heroism or their, you know what I mean, a name for themselves. So I don't want to, for safety precautions, I don't want to undermine what's happening, nor do I want you to be afraid. But these are grown men who, it's a movement bigger than you. Let me put it that way. It's a movement that's been happening as we speak. That's what I've been reporting on of late, and it's quite bigger than you. So it's not even about you. You're just, I guess, a target. And I saw you really because you began to trend on my Twitter feed, right? So I saw you on my Twitter feed because you would come up of your thing. They said, look at this African boy in our thing. Do you still want diversity? Are you sure you want these Africans here? And that was the incentive. And at that point, I saw it and I just thought to myself, like, of course, they post a lot of things. I just thought to myself, okay, maybe, like I told you at first, I was actually quite happy to see a young Black boy being free to be himself, you know what I mean? Without fear of being rejected, without fear of being seen as weird. You're being yourself. And I was quite proud. And then I began to see it unfold into something negative, which is when I realized, okay, this boy needs support and he needs backing.
Yeah.
So don't worry, man. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Once you involve the police, right, which is, I think, is the most important thing that you need to do, this becomes a matter of now the government has to prove that Ireland is a safe place for people like me and you, which is something they have to prove at this time. They're actually really failing at that, unfortunately. And they have to prove that Ireland is a safe place like you. Your mother is, I can be sure, a hardworking lady. You are a young boy going to school. You were born here. So you are abiding by all the laws. I do not see why your life has to be, terrorized. It doesn't make sense. So yeah.
That's very, very true.
Yeah. But my last word to you and advice to you, my young man, is that stay confident. I love your shows. I love everything you're doing. I love the confidence. Do not lose the confidence. And then guess what? This is only going to make you stronger. This is what we have to go through as Black people. Our dirt is always dirtier. Our faults are always blown up, but never does that mean we should shrink in character. You understand me?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, son.
No problem.
All right. So we will stay in touch, right?
Yeah, no problem.
No problem, brother. Okay. God bless you. Take care.
God bless you too, man.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. So there we have it. A young man and his mother within Ireland, Limerick. This is just so unfortunate. I will be in contact with the police tomorrow morning, first thing, as I'm shooting tonight. It's late. I'll be in contact with the police, and we will be making sure that this boy is known that he is protected. I want to send a message out to any far right that may see this video, that you will be watched by the police and it'll be documented, and you will not knock this boy off his high horse. You will not knock this boy off his and dim his light. You will not cause him to retract or to shrink, but in fact, you have just made someone way, way stronger. And to anybody who is an onlooker, the so-called allies, I hope this is a time for you to understand that we no longer can look at the situation as though it's something we can overlook and something that we will just close our eyes and it will go away. Or maybe the far right or the white supremacist or your relative or your friend who is in those areas or in the, I guess, like you say, I don't know, there's a lot of excuses that are happening right now, excusing racism. I don't think it's time that we can actually think like that anymore. Or maybe they don't mean it like that. No, there's young boys now in danger. When do we bring back the black squares? How about that? There you go. I said it. When do we bring back that effort, that flawed, very flawed and faked effort? When do we bring back that urgency? When do we stop demonizing anybody who wants to move outside of a moderate movement? When do we actually bring back urgency into the matter? When do we understand that racism has not been a case of the minority of Ireland? When do we understand that they are being fueled now by the people who are, let's say, law-abiding citizens, who are upright, quote-unquote, upright citizens, who are also having these very corrupt perspectives on migrants. And now it's leaking on people who are not even unvetted. This idea that it was about unvetted people was a lie from the beginning, because you are criminalizing everybody at this point. Now everybody's life is in danger. Now everybody's life is in danger. I'm just finding out, and I'll report it in my next video, that there was 2 foreigners who were hurt in Clondalkin. This is what's happening right now. This is exactly what's happening right now. This is exactly what's happening right now. And lastly, I will call on the African people within the country. It is time that we were self-determined. It is time that we do not wait for something really bad to happen to take to the streets and begin marching. We need to be people who live our marches. We need to be people who live our marches. We cannot wait for something big to happen when day to day there are corrosive things happening, corrosive energies and dynamics that are happening with young black boys. You either take this hint, you either take this sign, or you worry about yourself, is what we love to do here in the diaspora. Worry about me and mine's, my life, not the state of the quality of life that's here for the African, and how he gets to actually flourish in his character, in his demeanor. This is why I fight. I'm not fighting for the bare minimum, although we struggle to get that too in many different areas. Although opportunities are also given and discriminated against. I'm fighting majorly, I'm fighting for an African boy who gets to flourish within his character, because we get to now cleanse out this very toxic and prejudiced mentality that reeks within Irish culture. That comes across as niceness, but really it's still very condescending, and it sees itself above an African person. We need to properly cleanse this. The same effort you give to Palestine. God bless Palestine. Definitely God bless Palestine. But we need to be putting our energy into this, Africans. We need to be putting our energy into this. And we cannot just play this off any longer. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
And I'm on a mission for you.